Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we can discuss American Pie Presents The Naked Mile. So, in this movie, we have yet another Stifler relative. This time it's one of his cousins. He's a Stifler, but he's not really like living up to the Stifler name. He's not getting into mischief. He's not getting with the girls. He's not, pulling pranks. He's kind of one of the more like one of the boring Stiflers. But he decides he wants to get past that. He really wants to get with his girlfriend, but she's not ready for that level of like physical intimacy. But she does tell him that she will compromise with him because he's ready and she's not. She'll give him a free pass for the weekend. He can do whatever and then come back to her. She thinks it's just going to be like a boring weekend around the house. But in fact, he's headed off to a college for an event called the Naked Mile, which is exactly what it sounds like. Tons of people get naked, run a mile. So he's going to be in the middle of all that with a free pass for the weekend. But she cancels it at the last second, and he's unaware of it because one of his friends threw his phone out the window. And that's kind of the premise here of the Naked Mile. So the American Pie Presents series continues. This is pretty much falls in line with the band camp movie. I feel like it's silly, it's over the top, it's goofy. It definitely feels like an American Pie movie, which I appreciate. Tons of nudity in this one, as you would expect from a movie called The Naked Mile. And there is some pretty vivid nudity in this movie, too. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff maybe that wasn't supposed to be in frame at times. But anyway, there's a ton of like light sleaze in this movie. And there's this recurring theme in this movie, too, that I thought was kind of an interesting choice. Stifler and his buddies are constantly at war with this group of little people that are from this fraternity of all little people except for one guy. He was a legacy, so he got in even though he wasn't a little person. And there's this constant rivalry between the two of them. There's like this crazy football game. There's just a lot of weird stuff happens in this movie. Overall, I think it's really funny. I thought they did a good job. I actually think maybe this one's a little bit better than Band Camp in some ways. It definitely has like that kind of like an 80s college sex comedy kind of feel to it. So I think it gets what American Pie was paying tribute to too, and pays tribute to that as well. So I think it's a funny movie. It's got tons of sleaze. It's got American Pie vibes. Of course, it's got Eugene Levy. You've got a bunch of Stiflers here. You've got fraternity wars. So I had a good time with this movie. Again, it's not something I would like. So this is probably what didn't win a lot of awards when it was released, but I think it's a funny movie and it's just kind of a, something to watch that's entertaining and, engaging. It might not make you think or whatever, but it does show a bunch of nudity and wild comedy, so I'm okay with that. That's my review for American Pie Presents The Naked Mile. If you want to see more reviews, I got a ton of them here on YouTube, but thank you so much for watching this one, and hopefully I'll see you soon.